All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. The Honorable Judge Hazelwood Letterbe. Court now in session. Thanks, Bert. I think I'll take a seat here. All right. Thank you. Please wait a moment. Be seated. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a lovely day, hasn't it? Just come in from a lovely break. The situation change here, so if you'll just hang in there for a couple minutes. Bert, could you get the first thing on order? What's the docket thing we got working here today? All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. What a lovely little folder you have here. Isn't that sweet? Okay. Okay, may we please see Ms. Doreene K. Hanks at the front, please? Front and center. No, you don't have to appear on camera. We know who you are. I know. It's, how long has it been, ma'am? 6 years? All right. And what we have here in front of us is all the evidence that you've given and told everybody about for your bogus DUI, your Department of Motor Vehicles and casketing and everything. And what we have here are all of the records and responses for the offense for which you were arrested in January, right? January, is that what that was? January 29, 2001? Or was it 3? Oh, you moved in 1 and now it's 3? Oh, okay. That was 3 years after you moved in. No, it was 2 years. Well, I have to keep all these facts straight, but I've gotten pretty good right here in this pile of paper here. Paper. That's America's good with that. Paperwork. Lots and lots of paper. So, what's your deal here? You say that you were arrested and you had some grievances with the government thereafter in the fashion of, oh, excuse me. That's about some very important law books here. Yes. We don't ever want to go without our Holy Justice Bible for America and the, of course, the Department of Motor Vehicle Handbook, which is what this grievance is about, correct? And the dictionary, in case we need something spelled for us. We need to have it spelled out. We can do that too. And here's some notes in case we need to refer to the Constitution, Bill of Rights. And I see you have quite a few of these referred to in your rebuttal, if that's what you're looking for. What do you want? Want your driver's license back? Well, hell, we'll see what we can do there. All right. We'll start from this side. This is your driver's license, or this is your identification from 2004. This is after they took your driver's license away from you? Unjustly? Okay. And why'd they do that? Well, because you didn't have a sticker on the back of your car that said it wasn't registered yet? What was it smoggable? No? No. Okay. And was it okay with the officer for you to drive that? No, because he was driving on suspended license. According to whom? In here you state that the Department of Motor Vehicles gave you back your driver's license after you appealed them when you went in there and said, no, I didn't. Because your breathalyzer was what? The breathalyzer was .05 and .06. Okay. And then your other statement here that you say that upon your arrest, you did what? You didn't. Well, for goodness sake, you gave them a breathalyzer and a piss test? All right. The other one was cruel and unusual punishment. That's the 8th Amendment. That was because you were held for longer than 3 hours at the police station, and you were handcuffed the entire time in the police station. No place to go, nowhere to run. And you also state here that the officer would not let you make your own phone calls. And the phone calls are given to you as a right to see if you can get somebody to take you home or drive your car for you or whatever, and that officer didn't let you do that. He made them for you on his cell phone? Oh, for God's sake. I don't think that that's exactly the right procedure to use. I know. I'm glad you brought that up. And the other thing was what? He gave you back your driver's license before he turned you into the sheriff's department so you could dry out for 8 hours? Were you drunk, ma'am? No, you were ill? Did you tell the officer that? You did? He didn't. He made you sit there with your hands cuffed while he said, here, blow into the tissue because you were sick and he didn't let you blow your own nose? How humiliating. What is this officer's name? Officer Brent Jolis? Well, we'll have to look him up. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can find him somewhere. Probably at the bottom of a scum pile, I hope. That's just an impartial thing, but I'm just, I'm just the justice of letting him thing as a bee. So, what was the other grievance that you had, ma'am? Uh-huh. All right. After you got your driver's license returned, you did what? You did what? They told you to report to the department for the whatever the driving school program, drunk driving program. I see. Drunk driving program, and the fellow told you orientation that you didn't need to be there because your blood alcohol level wasn't over the limit. I see. All right, and your next trial date was to say that you are, because he gave you a pee test, he had to give you a pee test, and the pee test showed up what? Marijuana and the methamphetamine. Well, you know, did you know that there's cut-off levels for those two now, just like there are for alcohol? You do, and did you do anything about it? It was confirmed that was in there. Okay. Did you ask them to see what the levels were? I said. He didn't. That public defender told you that you had to pay $25 to get that information? I believe that is extortion. My goodness, we can't have that. I might have to poke him next time I see him. I'm telling you. Where is he? What's his name? Richard Cosner. I believe he's working in immigration now. I believe he's an attorney for them, yes. No wonder. Now, the other problem that we have here is what? That you did what? Okay, all right. And that's the problem? That's all the problem is. Well, that's part of the amendment too, ma'am, I believe is what this is. You drove your car after they took your driver's license away because it didn't have a smog thing on it, and you wanted to take it for a test drive, is that right? And the test drive was because you blew into the gravity, but you hadn't been driving at all. No? No? No. All right. And the other problem was what? The sheriff? No, it was, the CHP. The CHP pulled you over for doing what? Speeding? Where was this? Bennett Valley, Grand Canyon. When was this? Easter Sunday? Boy, we've got to do things on Sundays and holidays that just aren't normal activities for other officers. It was a woman? No wonder. No wonder she took your car. Did you have any other identification, driver's license, proof of insurance, or registration on you? All right. And then what? She towed your car and drove you home? Even though you were on probation and you should not have been driving on a suspended license, according to the DUI you're being. What a nice lady. All right, so then what you're saying is that your amendment here for the Fifth Amendment says that the people took your private property and you haven't been compensated for that. All right. And everything else, according to this little rap sheet here that we have, is that you had everything vacated, the fines and the fees and the everything, community service hours, the jail time. Why? Because they knew that they were really screwing up and it was a bogus arrest? They wanted to see how far you'd push it. Yeah. How far did you push it? They still have your license. Okay. Well, and for goodness sake, here, let's take a look at this. it looks like here that you were brought up on charges for drug possession and a probation violation because you weren't supposed to be drinking alcohol in February, is that right? February 7 of '07. According to your files, apparently this is... It was? It was. Well, it was your very first drug violation against of any kind? Well, she's good. You're just a drinker then, right? Oh, really? All right. How old are you? 57 now. Okay. How old were you then? Too young to know the difference? Well, I'm a little contrary to the belief on that, ma'am. So what you've done is you've paid all your fines and fees to the Department of Motor Vehicles, and you didn't do the drunk driving program because you feel you didn't have to, and you know that you don't have to because according to the law they gave your driver's license back and all that other stuff. And the Penal Code section of 12021 and 12021.1 states that all you need to do is do a rehabilitation or a drug and alcohol program, and then supply the mandatory action unit with a DL 101, and that is a piece of paper. It costs $3 for them, and then they charge you like $1,600 to $2,000 depending on what you're expensive to get that certificate of completion and send that to them. And you said you did that? Mm-hmm. And Lily Mao is the person that you spoke to on mandatory action leave on March 9 of '09, that's this year. And you don't have your driver's license back yet? Oh, for God's sake, woman. Well, I'm going to see what I can do about this. About that drug offense, what happened now? Oh, good. It was a felony? Uh-huh. And you did that and uh-huh. All right. Everything else was dropped? Yeah, the community service hours and everything, they were triggers for you? All right. And what else? You paid $125 to SACPA to get your outpatient. Campo Bella is where you went. All right. And you got that certificate in the mail this thing. Well, we'll see what we can do, because there's no reason for them to hang on to your driver's license anymore. Because you had your DUI program dismissed by the court, right? And the courts are the people that the DMV has to go through, have their laws pushed through. And once the court says so, then you have to do it. And then the DMV says, okay, we have this other little stipulation that the court says so, so we can do that. But if the court says so, and then they say not, then that disempowers them. As far as I'm concerned, that disempowers them. They can't hold you to it. So, this is a nice picture of yourself here. What's this on the back of this? FID. Is that Federal Identification Number? Are you a Fed? You are? Well, bless your heart. All right. We'll talk about that in a minute. I have a feeling I know who you are, though. I do. We're going to adjourn here for just a second. And we're going to recess after. We're going to recess. Yeah, so that I can get some more paperwork in order and see what other kind of things we need to do for you. All right? Court's in recess.